little different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned, wear a hat, sometimes play chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling. But all complexions that I adore.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Quinn's Cars. Today we have an exciting video, something a little bit different that I wanted to share with you guys. It's a local antique car museum. It's called the Estes-Winn Antique Car Museum, and it's cars from the 20s, 30s, 50s, and 60s, and some really beautiful, really interesting cars that I want to take you on a tour of this beautiful location and beautiful museum and bring some history alive with the start of the vehicle all the way until the 60s. I'm excited to check these cars out with you guys. I think we'll both kind of be learning what these cars are and what their importance was over that time period, because a lot of these vehicles, especially the ones from the 30s and the 40s, I'm not super well versed in, and I think it'd be fun for us to kind of learn together and check out beautiful cars, rare cars, antique cars, and see what their impact was on other vehicles that have come out since then. And let's check them out together. This beautiful piece of property is located in an area called the historic Grovewood Village, and it's in Asheville, North Carolina. And it actually goes all the way back to 1901, where it initially was a spot where people did woodworking in this facility and then became a facility for looms to create fabric in the 1920s. Probably my favorite vehicle in this whole museum is this 1957 Cadillac Eldorado, finished in a Lake Placid blue that they also call Sinatra blue because they say that it looks like the eyes of Sinatra. It has these amazing suicide doors that really pop. This chrome retro design that almost has an aviation feel on the interior. These insane crazy fins on the back that had that classic 50s rocket look that I really, really love. This 1913 Ford Model T was one of the first affordable cars in the world, and from 1908 to 1927, when it was being built and sold, they sold 15 million units, a record at that time, and a really incredible number, especially as cars were gaining popularity. This 1928 Pontiac Sedan ended up being the best-selling six-cylinder car in the US during this year, with prices remaining under $1,000 at the time. Now this was really important because the split-head six-cylinder engine, which was an improvement during this time, made it so that maintenance costs were lower and ownership was more affordable for the average person, which made them a very high competitor for this versus the Model T. You can see these really archaic wooden wheels that are really cool looking. This side door sill and these fender flares. And then you can see that 3-speed floor-mounted shifter. Really cool vintage look on the interior. Really sends you back in time when you see this wheel and shifter setup. This is probably the most iconic vehicle in this museum. It's a 1955 Cadillac Series 62. It has an emblem on the top that they call the Flying Goddess. And it's famous for Elvis actually owning a vehicle just like this, only in a color that was called Elvis Rose Pink. Cadillac was already doing really well during this time, but Elvis owning it really leveled up the attention that Cadillac got during this time. This 1959 Edsel Corsair is so cool looking. It has such a classic 50s, 60s look, and Edsel was actually a division of Ford that was kind of in between Ford's affordable brand and Lincoln being their luxurious brand. And you can really see that they tried very, very hard to separate themselves with styling with this Edsel Corsair. All this chrome, this unique bronze brown coloring, and then the interior really bringing home this almost aviation style chrome opulence, which really creates a beautiful and unique dash. When I think of beautiful cars from the 50s and 60s, the rear end of this Edsel Corsair is what immediately pops into my mind. These oval shapes, this aviation style, chrome, and circular taillights really pops. This was actually a fire truck from 1922 called an American LaFrance. It had a 6-cylinder engine with 105 horsepower, and it was really interesting because apparently this 6-cylinder engine was so reliable that they were most likely used up until 1956, despite them being pretty old looking. I mean, this thing riding around in 1956 would have to have looked pretty dated. This time period was so good at making the important things look beautiful, like these water pressure gauges that look so steampunk and just really, really cool. It's really cool to see how far vehicles have come, and honestly just appreciating the old style, antique style of vehicles from that time. One of my favorite things when I'm looking at these cars is the way styles have changed. Even on my car that I have, it's interesting because chrome is kind of looked at as like, let's get it off there, let's black that out so it looks more sporty, but chrome is riddled in a lot of the older vehicles and really was meant as like a kind of like an opulence thing. The more chrome you had, the more nice woods you have, you kind of had more luxury. And now it's like woods and chromes are gone, and now it's plastics and screens. And of course that's just technology advancing, but also there is something really nice in a very purist way of vehicles that were solely functional with a level of luxury that was based in just materials and how ornate the vehicles were built. A great example is the 60s cars, the 50s and 60s cars, where you really start to see people push the envelope of what cars should look like. It starts to take this dramatic turn of looking more like a modern car in the sense of more curves, more sharp angles, more recognizable design with the grille, the taillights, the headlights. I had a fun time. It is a beautiful location out here. It is a really amazing spot with really, really rare vehicles. And let me know what old vehicles that you guys appreciate. Thank you for watching. All right, till next time. Bye, guys.